Okay, so I'm going to do a quick demo on the kinetic typography, and I'm just going to do a little bit of it because you'll kind of get a feel for it once I do a little bit of it here. So I'm going to do the Big Lebowski clip, and here is the specs. So we got 1920 by 1080, 30 frames per second, and it needs to last at least 15 seconds. Okay, and I downloaded these clips, and let me just show you those real quick. Okay, so on my desktop, I have, actually it's on a external. You can work from an external here, guys. So here's the audio formats or files.
I'm the dude. So that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness or duder or, El Duderino if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
So for this assignment, you need to animate the text to the voiceover in terms of timing. You can pick any of these, and that clip lasts 13 seconds, but it needs to be 15. So if you need to give a little space in the front and on the back end of the time, and then you can do that. Okay. So here is the After Effects interface. Here's where we're going to import things. Here's where we're going to actually do keyframing, and I'll show you that here in a minute. And here's where we're going to look at what we're doing. So what we do for in After Effects is we got to start a new project. Okay, so this new project is going to be give us a canvas to work with, and I'm just got a new project. Okay, wow, new project. Let's see if it gives me the opportunity to. Okay, hold on just a sec. Okay, so it's not giving me the option to name this. So let's close that and let's go to composition, new composition. Okay. We could create a project that has multiple compositions, but let's just do a composition for today. So I'm going to go composition, new composition. Okay. And I'm going to name this Lebowski. Okay, and then I'm going to set the parameters to 1920 by 1080 at 29. That's close enough to 30. You could set 30 here. Okay, so this is the size of the comp. Always keep the ratio locked so it's 16 by 9, which is screen format. Leave that set to square pixels 2997, and I'm going to make my comp 15 seconds long. Okay, and you could do it a little longer if you want to. Okay, and when we do that, then we get a timeline, and we get basically a canvas to work with. And I'm going to go and save, because we are going to save this project. You can see it right here, it's untitled. And I'm going to save it in on my removable, or my external. And I'm going to go here, and I'll start here, and I'm going to call it Lebowski. And it will be an AEP file, which is After Effects Project. Okay, and that's what you're wanting to save it as right here. And I'll click Save. Okay. And we can go to composition settings, and you might want to start with a white background. That's totally up to you. I like starting with white, so when I fade things in, it doesn't fade to a different color, but that's totally up to you. Okay, so here's our comp right here. If we need to go back to it, here it is right here. Here is timing. Okay, so if you see, let's just scrub through that. That's the timing of the play. Okay, there's nothing in there right now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is import a file. and I have this image right here. I'm going to use that. I'm going to import that. And I'm just going to drag it to the stage, okay? And you're going to see that it puts it in there. It makes it last 15 seconds, and I'm just going to expand that a little bit to make it fill, okay? And when you're scaling things, guys, you don't want to scale things out of proportion, so holding Shift key down will keep that in proportion. Now, you might want to find a higher res images because this once you scale it up, it's going to start looking a little bit out of focus if it's a really small image, okay? I'm not really worried about that right now, but always try to find the highest resolution quality images that you can, okay? So we have that. So that's the image, and you can see it lasts for 15 seconds right there. If I wanted it to last shorter, I can just drag that, and it only lasts 4 seconds, okay? So if you want something to disappear, you can do it that way, all right? So right now it's lasting 15 seconds. And then I'm going to import this file. This is a WAV file. This is called the dude. And I'm going to drag that to the timeline, okay? And I'm just going to place it in here just so it plays in the middle of my composition. And I'll just hit play, and you'll see.
I'm the dude. So that's what...
So I'm going to do I'm the dude, so that's what you call me, okay? So I'm not going to do the whole thing. And if we twirl these down, you're going to see we have audio settings here. I really wouldn't worry about that too much. If you do need to make it louder, you can do that. Okay, let me just show you.
I'm the dude.
Okay, so that's a little loud, but you can control it by using this right here. So I would leave these set to 0 probably because I think they're probably optimized for you already. Okay, so if we play it.
So that's what you call...
All right. So I'm going to have it start here, and I'm going to go...
I'm the dude.
And I'm the dude is going to last from 24 to about, or actually 24 frames. You see it right there to about here, okay?
So that's what you...
So I need I'm the dude to last about that long, okay? So I need to animate it in. So if we look at the transforms, guys, this is position, okay? See it right there. We have scale here, okay? We also have rotation here. Let's get it undo. We also have opacity, okay? So if you need to adjust any of the imagery, you can do it here. Okay. Also, if I wanted to animate it, let me just kind of show you that. Let's say we want it, I'm going to make it a little bit larger. Let's say we wanted it to start here and go like this. Okay. Well, the way to do it is I'm going to pull my playhead to the very beginning and say I want the image to start there. And then I'll pull it to the end right here. Oh, hold on a sec. I'll pull this to the end and set a keyframe here like that and pull it over, okay? So what I have are two keyframes. I have the beginning keyframe and I have the end keyframe, okay? So if you want to animate the background, that's how you can do it. You can also do that with text. So I'm going to just do a real quick text. I'm just going to go do I'm the dude, and I'm going to grab the type tool right here and click, and I'm the dude with an exclamation point. Okay, and I want to make sure that I can kind of read this, so I think it works pretty well there. So let's say that I wanted that just to slide in and then disappear. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to get my transform, and I want it to start off the screen. So I'm going to hit position there. And by the time it gets, actually I want it to start about right here as he's talking, okay, and end about right there. So I'm going to pull the text over, and you can see now I have two keyframes.
I'm the dude.
Okay. And then if I want it to disappear, okay, there's a couple ways I could do it. I could just turn it off. Okay, you see I turned off the image, not the text. Okay, you want that to go all the way. So I'm just gonna make it disappear, okay, like that. Or what I can do is use the opacity, and it's at 100% the whole time, and then maybe I want it to fade out to 0. Okay, so let's just watch that real quick. It comes in, stops, and fades. Okay, and it fades a little too quick, so I'm gonna bring that out a little bit. Okay, so right now it's right here. This is the position. It's coming in, stops for a minute, and then fades out. I want it to fade out a little quicker, so you can see them speed up the timing there. There we go.
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me.
Okay, so I'm gonna do, so that's what you call me, but instead of using keyframes, I'm gonna use a preset, okay? And then I'm just gonna do, so that's what you call me, okay? And using that another exclamation point, okay? Now there's a couple things I can do with this. I can scale it down. You can see it right there. I can scale it here. You can actually change the type size here as well, okay? So I kind of like that, and I'm gonna just I'm gonna use a preset. So I want it to come in after my one fades out. You can see right now it's gonna come in, and then I'm gonna use a preset. Let's see how long that lasts.
So that's what you call me.
So it needs to start a little sooner, okay? Let's see.
So that's what you call me.
Okay, and I might have this fade in a little bit earlier. So right there. So let's just see what we got here.
Dude, so that's what you call me.
Okay, kind of like that. And then you'll see that it only lasts for a little bit. Now I'm going to put a preset on here. So this is a good way to animate text. So I'm going to go to animation and go browse presets. Okay, and we can browse these. Okay, I don't have bridge installed. So you can go here, go apply animation presets. Now I'm going to click on that layer right there, animation preset, and I'm going to go to presets, Adobe, and I'm going to go to text. Now there's a bunch of other stuff we can do here, but I want to animate it in, and I'm going to do a, I don't know, random fade. Okay, let's try that. All right, so let's watch. Let's watch what happens here. So the first part I did manually.
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me, you know, that or...
Okay, you can see that it comes in a little late, so I'm going to bring that down this way.
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me, you know.
So I need to speed that up a little more, so it needs to come in a little earlier. Okay, right here.
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me, you know.
Okay, and it might need to speed up a little bit. So if you see here, this is the preset. I can speed it up by adjusting some of these frames. Okay, we'll go here. Animator 1 would be probably what I need. And if I go range selector, I want it to come in a little faster. So you kind of need to experiment with each one.
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me, you know.
Okay, so it could be a little bit faster. So, all right, so I'm using, if it's a preset, you'll have animator presets for that. Let me go here.
So that's what you call me, you
There
know.
That looks pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna save that. So I recommend you save often. So just keep in mind that we have different ways of animating. We could do manually, okay, or we can use some presets, okay. If you want to use either or, is fine, okay. Some of those presets are pretty nice. So let's say that I'm done, and I just want to preview it. So I just want to run it by me here again.
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me, you know. That or his dudeness or duder or you know.
You can see as it's playing, it's showing me the time. All right, so it goes to 15, and it automatically loops when you're doing a playback. I'm going to save this. I already did. And I want to render this. Now, there's a couple ways to do it, but here's how I'm going to do it, okay? I am going to go to Composition, and I am going to go to Add to Render Queue. You can use the media encoder, but it's an extra step you got to take. So I'm going to use Add to Render Queue. And you'll see it shows up in my render queue right here. And the name of it's going to be Lebowski. And I'm going to make sure that I'm outputting it to the right place. And right now it's putting it on my external in a wrong folder. Okay, so I want to make sure that I'm putting it in the right folder. So I'm going to go here, I'll go here, and it's going to render it as an MP4, which is fine. I'll show you that here in just a second. So that shows you where you're going to output it to. The best settings, if we look at this, okay, best is usually takes longer, but it's if you want the best resolution, you'll use that. Full resolution, you can do it smaller if you want it to render quicker, but it's only 15 seconds. So, and that's the correct size there. All right. And everything's set up correctly here. You probably don't need to change anything there. And I want to go here. This is my my render plugin for this, my codec. Okay, we call it a codec. And H.264 is a great format. There are other ones here I do not recommend because they'll export separate images. And usually H.264 is going to be best. RGB is best for screen, so I would leave that set like it is. Okay, it should be set like that by default, and I'm not going to click any of these and click OK. So using best settings for the best quality output, H.264 for our render codec, and then here is the file output name and where it's going to go. You can see it right there. It's going to go in there. All right. So when you're ready for that, you're just going to click render, okay? And you can see it. You can watch it as it renders. You can see that goes pretty quick there. And I'm going to save it again just to make sure that it's working. And then I'm going to go to my external here, okay? You can work from an external if you want. That's fine. And I'm going to go to Rasmussen and oh, that's not the right one. That's the wrong external. Hold on a sec. I have a couple different externals here. All right. So let's take a look at the render. And here we go. I'm going to go to here, and here is the rendered file. Okay, that's the image in the background. That's the audio here. It does do an auto save just in case you forget to do that. But sometimes it's going to save in the middle of your composition, so make sure you save often. And then I'm just going to open that. Oh, I already have that open. I'm going to open up my render. Here we go. And let me pull that. That's on my other screen. Hold on a sec. Okay, here we go. And I'm just going to play it.
I'm the dude. So that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness or...
you can see it lasts 15 seconds.
You know, El Duderino if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
So you have to animate the entire voiceover, so please make sure you do that or points will be deducted for that. Okay, so that's how you do this assignment. Let me know if you have any questions. I can send you resources if you're getting stuck on keyframes, because that's really the process we use in this class. Okay, all right, I'm going to post this on the announcements, so please take a look at that.